Google. Everyone use it on everyday basis. Google is like problem of every solution, answer for the every question. Imagine being the CEO of Google. CEO of Google is Sundar Pichai. Today we are going to listen the biography of Sundar Pichai. Sundar Pichai was born in Madurai in Tamil Nadu as Sundar Ranjan Pichai on 10th June in 1972. He began his education in a school in Chennai and lived in the locality called Ashok Nagar. Pichai was always top of his class. He was excellent at academics since his childhood. Sundar Pichai's father, R.S. Pichai, worked at the English Electric Company of India as an electrical engineer. R.S. Pichai and his wife Lakshmi Pichai are currently living in the United States of America. Lakshmi Pichai was a stenographer. She would transcribe speeches in shorthand. Later, Sundar Pichai's father started a manufacturing plant to produce various electrical components. R.S. Pichai's profession might have encouraged Sundar to pursue engineering. Sundar Pichai's maternal grandmother, Ranagya, says that her grandson always preferred work over play. Sundar Pichai was fond of cricket, but he would never let his interest in sports meddle with his academics. As a child, Sundar Pichai was called Rajesh by his family. He liked science and mathematics. He only had a few friends and was more focused on his work. Sundar Pichai principal does not remember his time in school, but surely knows about his great endeavors today. Another student, Sanskara, had an academic rival with Pichai. As stated by one of their professors, Sankara is currently working as a professor at IIT Madras. After finishing his matriculation exam in Savahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, Sundar Pichai moved to a school that was inside the IIT Madras campus. It was called the Vanavani School. The school staff does not remember his time as it has been 25 years since. All the teachers who taught him have retired. After finishing his 12th standard examination, Sundar Pichai cracked the JEE exam and bagged at a seat in IIT Kharagpur. He studied meteorological engineering at the college. After completing his bachelor degree, Sundar Pichai went abroad for further education. He looked at Stanford to get a degree in Master in Science in Material Science and Engineering. Here, he was named a civil scholar. Sundar Pichai processed to get an MBA at the Wharton School of the University. Wharton. Sundar Pichai was named a Palmer Scholar. Sundar Pichai family says that he is a loving person who respects the member of his family. He is deeply adored and spoken well of by all the members as well as the people of his hometown. Let's look into his career. After completing his education, Sundar Pichai started working at MC Kinsey and Company. MC Kinsey and Company is an American management consultant firm. In fact, it is one of the largest and oldest consult firms. Pichai worked at that company as an engineer and product manager at Applied Material as well as in management consulting. After working at MC and Company, Pichai started working at another big company. In 2004, Sundar Pichai joined Google. He was in charge of product management and innovation effort for Google software product. This included Google Chrome, the web browser, and Chrome OS. Chrome OS is an operating system. Besides, it also included Google Drive, Google Cloud Storage. Sundar Pichai was sent to also check on the development of some other applications by Google. These included Gmails and Google Maps. Soon, in 2009, Pichai was supposed to give a demonstration on Chrome OS. Immediately after this Chromebook was released, Chromebook is a device that runs on the Chrome OS. Chromebook was finally released in 2012. In 2010, Sundar Pichai also introduced WebM. It is a media audio format sponsored by Google. After overseeing all these Google products, Sundar Pichai managed Android. It is an operating system used in phones. It was formerly managed by Andy Rubin. In 2015, Sundar Pichai was selected to become the next CEO of Google. Before this position, he was appointed as product chief by then CEO Larry Page. He also was responsible for Alphabet Inc., a new company of the Google family. Sundar Pichai was also given an opportunity to become the CEO at Microsoft. The position was then given to Satya Nadella. In 2017, Sundar Pichai gained publicity. He fired an employee who had written a manifesto of 10 pages. The manifesto criticized the company policies to encourage women to become part of technical jobs. The employee believed that biological causes resulted in men being preferred over women in these roles. Pichai thought that manifesto was offensive and sexist. In 2017, Sundar Pichai became a speaker at the World Internet Conference in China. He spoke about how a small Chinese company benefited due to Google products by getting their products outside China. Soon, in December 2019, Sundar Pichai became the CEO of Alphabet Inc. Pichai delivered another speech at Singapore French Tech Festival. The speech was delivered virtually because of coronavirus outbreak. He spoke about that digital economy. He laid emphasis on the growing use of internet because of the pandemic. He also mentioned that many countries are still not able to provide an internet connection to all individuals. Pichai said that his goal was to make the internet accessible to everyone. Now we'll look at love for technology. As a young man, Sundar Pichai had to make regular trips to a hospital to collect his mother's test blood report. It would take him an hour and 20 minutes by bus. After reaching the location, he would wait in the queue for another hour. The first telephone Pichai saw was at the age of 12. His parents brought a rotatory telephone home. It was after this purchase that Sundar Pichai could make a call to hospital using the telephone. It would still take at least 10 minutes to make a phone call using the antique device. When he would call, he would often be responded with a message saying the report is not ready yet. Pichai also recalls the time when his family bought a refrigerator. His mother didn't need a cook daily anymore as she could keep the leftover in the refrigerator and spend more time with her family. Growing up, Sundar Pichai had a lot of expression that made him fall in love for technology and how it made his life easier. Pichai announced a major shift in his company, the shift of moving from mobile first to artificial intelligence. This is an attempt to create products like voice recognition product that answer to our voice and take verbal requests. You could change the song as well as turn the light off in your room using artificial intelligence. Using Google Lens, a computer looks at the text just the way a human does. If you point your camera at a restaurant, it will give you reviews. This has been the target of Sundar Pichai. Make technology widespread and incorporate it into our daily lives. Pichai aims to make his company global. He does not want his product and service to be limited to some region. He wants the whole world to experience how beautiful and convenient technology can prove to be. He also aims to make the mobile operating system Android so cheap that it can become the OS of a $30 mobile phone. Sundar Pichai's success began with Chrome. At that time, Internet Explorer was the mighty browser used on every computer. Even when Pichai shows the browser to the founder, Larry and Sergey, the response was not completely positive. But Pichai made sure Chrome was released and it soon dominated the market. It took over Internet Explorer, which is currently working on less than 16% of devices. Another success of the Pichai is the popularity of Android. It boomed after the CEO of Android was replaced with Sundar Pichai. Now we will look at his middle class life. Sundar Pichai has come from humble beginnings. When Sundar Pichai received a scholarship to study abroad, his father spent a year's salary on his plane ticket. This was the first time Pichai was traveling in a plane. He remembered the experience quite well. The phone call he made back home were unaffordable. A minute of conversation cost him more than $2. He also stated that his backpack alone costed the same in the US as was his father's monthly salary. He would proceed to buy used backpack instead of this expensive one. His house was not lavish. He lived with tent, and Sundar would sleep on the living room floor of his house along with his younger brother. Pichai stuck to his roots and did not let his son have a phone as a kid, but he surely is into cryptocurrency and mines. Pichai says he is in awe of how technology works. His son is not allowed to use a phone but earns money by investing a cryptocurrency. He also disciplines his children with respect to watching a TV. Even in college, Sundar Pichai did not have much. He lived in a very small flat with no television. He had no car. Since he did not have many luxury, he valued the importance of small things in his life. Like every other middle class individual, he would travel in buses. His father had a blue scooter, and that was the only other means of travel. His father had saved for 3 years to buy his scooter for an easier life for Sundar and his brother. His parents and his younger brother would pile up on that small scooter. Despite the financial crisis, Pichai parents always made sure to spend well on their children's education. They would spend all their saving to let their children grab the opportunity they had. While dating his girlfriend Anjali, Sundar did not have a phone back then, let alone a smartphone. He would send another girl to the girls' hostel and request her to call Anjali. The girl would often go to the hostel and shout out loud, Sundar was there to meet Anjali. It was embarrassing for him, but he did not have the choice. Even after Sundar went to the United States, he could not speak to Anjali for 6 months. This was because of his financial struggle. Today, his current net worth is Googled by people. Though he is a millionaire, Sundar likes to live modesty and humble life. Let's look at personal life of Sundar Pichai. Sundar Pichai is married to Anjali Pichai and has 2 children. Anjali Pichai is a business analyst and a manager. Anjali was Sundar's girlfriend since his college days at IIT Kharagpur. The two were classmates and initially just friends. Sundar proposed to Anjali in the final year of college, and she accepted the proposal. Sundar would make calls through an STD during those days. After college, Sundar had to leave India and go to the United States for further education. Anjali stayed in India. The two did not talk much during this time. In fact, they didn't speak to each other for 6 months. This was because Sundar was not yet financially stable and could not come in contact with his girlfriend. But Anjali also went to the United States after securing a decent job. Sundar Pichai got married to Anjali. Before getting married, Sundar also asked for permission from Anjali's parents. It was Anjali who advised Sundar not to become the CEO of Microsoft. The decision proved lucky as today he is the CEO of one of the biggest tech companies. Sundar and his wife live in the United States at Los Hill. The couple has a daughter, Kavya, and a son, Kiran. Sundar Pichai is an avid follower of sports, especially football and cricket. He likes the club. Sundar Pichai is also a fan of cricketer Sachin Tendulkar. While in school, Sundar Pichai was the captain of the cricket team, and his team would often win various competitions. Sundar Pichai is often called friendly, humble, and helpful by his peers. He still is in contact with his college friends and catch up with them on Skype frequently. If he goes to his home country, he also visit his college and school and interact with the students to share his experience. As a boss, Pichai employee called Sundar supportive and empathetic. He is an efficient leader who works towards achieving cooperation among his employees. Pichai has also mentioned that the celebrity talk show Coffee with Karan is his absolute favorite. Pichai tries to maintain distance from political matters and does not speak over such issues. However, Pichai fired an employee for writing a manifesto that was discriminatory towards women. He also posted a tweet in solidarity with George Floyd over his unjust killing. The Sundar Pichai is strongly against gender or racial discrimination. This is all about we heard about Sundar Pichai. Thank you so much for listening.